Welcome to Bible in the Backyard. Numbers chapter 32. In this chapter, we have a request from the tribes of Reuven and Gad, who see that the land in Transjordan offers actually a very excellent and rich pasture land for their animals. And they make a request from Moshe, Elazar, the elders, that when everybody enters Israel, they be able to stay in this region. And so the question kind of is really about, what are they asking, and is there really something wrong with what they're asking? Because if the whole conquers Israel and they're all inside the country, and yet there's an element that's outside, but they have a foot in the country, is there really anything wrong with that?
Yes, that's a great point. Our colleague at Drisha, Devorah Steinmetz, in a book she wrote a couple of decades ago, made the really interesting point that there's been a pattern over the course of the Torah of firstborns being taken out of the covenant by moving to the east. So that's especially true with Ishmael, Esav. They're all not in the covenant. They're not going to be in the covenantal community, and so they move to the east.
Lot?
It's true with Lot, also not a firstborn, but he may have been, in a sense, Abraham's adopted firstborn. So also not in the covenant, and so moved to the east. And so Moses here reacts very harshly to this request. It may be that he saw it as Reuven in particular, who's the firstborn, of course. God's a little bit harder, but he is the firstborn of his mother, and maybe had designs on being a firstborn of his own, in his own right, as them saying, like, you know what, we don't need to be part of this covenantal community, let's move to the east. And Moses says, like, oh no, we're not doing this. This generation, we're all going to be together. So of course they respond, as you said, by saying, like, no, we don't mean to exit the community. We're going to be part of it. We're going to be all joined together. It's not clear how well that works. We hear stories later in the Bible of there being actually tensions, and it's not clear that it works in the long run. But the notion of them being on the east seems to scare Moses because of this pattern of that's how you get out of the covenantal community. You're banished to the east.
So east as being code for something else, not just a technical direction of where it happens to be better land.
It's fascinating because the Jordan River, there's no reason the Jordan River has to be the border, but it looms very, very large in biblical thought that to the west of the Jordan River, that's Israel proper. And it doesn't matter that, as you just said, they conquered the land of the Amorites on the eastern side of the Jordan. That's not Israel. Over the Jordan River, that's the promised land. And if you're onto the east side of it, then you might just not be part of the covenantal community. So they're trying to change that, but it's not simple.
Right, you have to shift the paradigm of what has been normal.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you.